Hello, everyone. Today we're demonstrating our Agentic AI solution, the Earnings Summary Agent. This solution automatically generates structured, audit-ready earnings summaries from presentations, press releases, and call transcripts. Instead of analysts spending hours reviewing documents and extracting data, the system completes the entire workflow, autonomously delivering a complete earnings summary in minutes. Earnings analysis today is manual and time-consuming. Analysts must review large documents, extract financial metrics, track performance, and summarize insights. This leads to slow turnaround, inconsistent data, and high effort, especially during earnings season when scaling becomes difficult. The Earnings Summary Agent solves this using Agentic AI. It takes company data and earnings documents as input, processes them, and runs specialized AI agents in parallel. The system extracts key financials, analyzes insights, and generates a structured, standardized summary ready for immediate use. Let's see how the system works in action. First, we have user input. Here we are running the system for Company FL Inc., and the documents are quarterly filings and annual filing. We can attach up to 5 financial reports. They do not need to be in order. We can also customize the instructions to the agent, but there are default instructions available. Let's run it. Once we trigger the workflow, the system begins orchestrating multiple specialized agents in parallel. We get the results at the top. We have the results from the stock performance agent. This is the only agent that uses external data sources. It identifies the earnings release date, uses trusted financial sources to fetch the intraday stock price percentage movement, provides a benchmark comparison like the S&P 500, and shows the latest timestamp in ET. You can see here it reports the exact closing price, includes percentage movement, and compares it against the index. If this data is not found reliably, the agent returns an empty output instead of guessing. Then we have the Quarter Summary Agent. This agent scans all quarterly filings, identifies structured financial tables, and extracts key metrics like revenue, operating income, net income, and diluted EPS. An important point is that this agent does not calculate or infer anything. It only extracts values exactly as reported. You can see here Q1, Q2, and Q3 values are pulled directly from the 10Q filings. Abadazema is marked as not reported because it was not explicitly present. This ensures zero hallucination and full financial accuracy. We can view the sources. Next, the key commentary agent trends focuses only on management discussion and analysis. What this agent does is read through the narrative sections of filings and extract business drivers, product performance, regional trends, cost and margin commentary, and macroeconomic risk. Notice that the content here is not loosely summarized. Instead, it is preserved almost verbatim from the filings. This is critical because in financial workflows, interpretation can introduce risk, while extraction maintains compliance. We have results from different geographical regions. Now, the Q&A highlights agent trends, processes the earnings call transcript if it is available. It extracts analysts' questions, management responses, strategic discussions, and forward-looking concerns. If no transcript is available, the agent simply returns an empty output, no guessing. This ensures deterministic behavior across all runs. This is the final result, a fully structured earnings summary with financial metrics in a standardized format. Commentary and insights are clearly segmented, stock performance is included, and every section is backed by source references. This output is immediately usable in investor reports, internal research dashboards, and client observables. We can view the tracings as well to see how these steps work. We have the Q&A highlights, the stock performance agent, and the response. Here you can see individual tool responses such as Google Search. This one only uses external sources. Then we have the quarterly summary agent, and at last we have the combined markdown. We can divide it by timestamps. Here we can see how much time each step took, and there are subparts as well. We can also see the workflow here. Here we have 4 agents that ran in parallel. We can see the versions. We can publish any version and shape. We can also deploy our solution, which we can access using the API. Here we can have MCFIC configuration. We can access it using API. We also have options for webhooks. When the result is ready, we can simply receive it on our URL. Whatever we configure in the test datasets, this behaves as Q&A for any tools or agents. We can create a dataset and compare different versions' performances. We have already created one. Let's try creating another one. We can give any name, select the latest version. The inputs we need are the financial reports. Here we have collected all this information in a sheet. We can just prompt it to generate our dataset. We can preview the dataset that it generated. We have the inputs and the desired output that we should be getting. The LLM can use these inputs and outputs to judge the output against the expected ones. Let's insert it. Against each input, we can check the expected output. We can edit. No, we cannot. Let's give it a name. It can autofill all these values using the description we provided. You can also use Python Executor instead of the LLM as a judge. We can choose any model to be a judge. Let's test this tool and see its progress. Okay, all the test runs have completed, and we can see each input, their expected output, and the actual output that was generated. We can also see their individual tracings, including the waterfall format. This shows how much time each run took and provides the explanation for each piece of code. While generating the dataset, we need to be as descriptive as possible for the problem statement. This helps ensure that the expected output generated is as close as possible to our requirements. We can download these test results here. One thing we forgot to mention is that we can download these outputs as well. Also, there is a feature for bulk run where we can run it in batches as well as schedule a run. We can schedule it to run whenever we want. We have the option to create many versions with changes. We can clone, delete, and also set the trend limits for each of the nodes. This solution provides major advantages: 80–90% reduction in analysis time, consistent and standardized outputs, accurate financial reporting with strict formatting, full traceability for audit and compliance, scalable across 100+ companies per earnings cycle. Teams move from manual extraction, decision-ready insights instantly. Traditional systems extract data or summarize text. Agentic AI plans workflows, uses specialized agents, maintains shared context, produces structured, reliable outputs. This system doesn't just read earnings, documents it recreates the analyst workflow autonomously. In summary, the earnings summary agent transforms how earnings analysis is performed. By combining intelligent document ingestion, domain-specific agents, structured synthesis, it enables organizations to generate high-quality earnings summaries in minutes instead of hours. Thank you.